constant function. A constant function has same value for all x. So the image, so here suppose if you will take x is equal to 2, then also you will get c. If you will take x is equal to 10, then also you will get c. So that means this function will take the same value for all the value of x. So this is a constant function. Here are some examples of constant function. So for example, f of x is equal to 2. So if you take x is equal to 4, then also you will get 2. If you will take x is equal to 6, then also you will get 2. If you will take x is equal to 10, then also you will get 2. So that means this will take a constant value. No matter what value of x is, the output will be 2. Next type of function is linear function. So linear function is of the form fx is equal to ax plus b, where a and b are constant, where a and b are constant. Next is functions with power of x. Functions with power of x. So this kind of function, the example of this kind of function is f of x is equal to x raised to 7 or x raised to 3. So here x has some power. So this is one example. Another example is f of x is equal to x raised to say 15. So this is another example of function with power of x. Okay, I did not give the example of linear function, right? So linear function is of this form. F of x is equal to 2x plus 7 or 2x plus 5. This is example of linear function. So f of x is equal to say 11x minus 6. This is also example of linear function. Now we will see polynomial function. So the polynomial functions are of this form. F of x is equal to a0 plus a1x plus a2x square plus a3x cube plus dot 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 plus an x raised to n. So this is the general form of a polynomial function. So I'll show you one example. So here is one example of a polynomial function. So f of x is equal to say 3x 3 plus 2x plus 4x square or cube. So this is example of polynomial function. one more example. F of x is equal to 4 plus 5x plus 2x square plus 11x cube. So this is another example of a polynomial function. आपको जितना चाहिए आप ये बढ़ा सकते हो, कम कर सकते हो. So these are the example of polynomial function. Are you all getting this? Any doubt? Any doubt, students? All right, so we will go to the next type of function. Next is exponential function. So exponential functions are of this form. F of x is equal to e raised to x. The exponential functions are of this form, or f of x is equal to a raised to x. सभी फंक्शन ये फॉर्म के होंगे उसको हम लोग एक्सपोनेंशियल फंक्शन बोलेंगे. Last one is logarithmic function. So logarithmic function is of this form, log of x. जब कभी भी तो ये जो है सारे स्टैंडर्ड फंक्शन के एग्जांपल्स हैं. तो आपको फंक्शंस देख करके पहचान में आना चाहिए कि which type of function is it. Any doubt, students? So now, so these are the mathematical part. Now we will come to the commerce. So some standard function in commerce, in the field of commerce. So we have the first function, which is supply and demand function. Supply and demand function. Okay. So students, the demand function is generally denoted by B, and this depends on price. So demand depends on price. So we will write demand D is equal to, so it is a function D, and which depends on price P. Similarly, we can write supply function, which is equal to S of P. So here supply is also depending on the price P. So now we will solve some questions based on this thing. Let the supply function is given by तो सप्लाई फंक्शन दिया हुआ है आपको s of p is equal to p square minus 2p plus 2 So this is your supply function. So here supply depends on the price P. So you have to find the supply when the price is P. The question is find the supply when price is 5. जब प्राइस 5 है तब आपको सप्लाई फाइंड आउट करना है. तो जैसे हम लोग पिछले लेक्चर में हमारे पास फंक्शन दिया हुआ था तो x की वैल्यू दिया हुआ रहता था तो हम लोग उसका इमेज फाइंड करते थे. द सेम थिंग वी आर गोइंग टू डू इट हियर. So here supply S depends on price P. So you have to put the value of phi P in this place. So everywhere in the place of P you will write 5 and you will calculate how much is the supply when the price is 5. Is this clear everyone? If it is clear, then find the answer and tell me the answer in the comment box. If it is not clear, then type D in the comment section. If there is any doubt, type D in the comment section. Otherwise, tell me the answer. So here you have to find the supply when the price is 5. Janvi is saying it is 17. Mansa Gupta is saying 17. What about other students? All right, so let's see how to find this. So that means you have to find the supply when the price is 5. So जहाँ जहाँ P है वहाँ पर हमें 5 लिखना है. So we have 5 square minus 2 times 5 plus 2. So 25 minus 10 plus 2. The answer is 17. Very good. Can you find the price when the supply is 10? Find the price when supply is 10. That means in terms of mathematics, if you will say, so you have to find the pre-image of 10. So you have to find the pre-image of 10. Supply जो है 10 दिया हुआ है. So you have to find what is the price. It is given that supply is 10. That means supply is what? P square minus 2P plus 2 is equal to 10. So we have to solve this. So if you will split this, what will you get? So just change the question. Uh, Suppose if supply is given as uh, p square minus 2p minus 8, then find the price when supply is 10. Now solve this. So try to find the factors of this polynomial. P plus 2 and p. No. Just a minute. Just a minute. Um, Student, wait for a second. So here, if you take this 10 on the left hand side, you will get p square minus 2p, and this is plus 2, and minus 10 will come on the left hand side, then it will become minus 8, and this side it will become 0. Now we have p minus 4 and p plus 4, p plus 2 is equal to 0. So this implies p is equal to 4 or p is equal to minus 2. So that means price is either 4 or minus 2. But price cannot be negative. P cannot be negative. Therefore, P is equal to 4. Is this clear, everyone? Any doubt? Will you try to solve one more problem? Let's try one more problem based on demand. Set demand function is given by P of P is equal to 70 plus 9P minus PQ. Find the demand when price is 2. Find the demand when price is 2. So find the demand when price is 2. I can see many of you got 80. So that's the right answer. P square plus P plus 1. Find the supply when P is equal to 15. Find the supply when P is equal to 15. All right, so no doubt in this case, right? Now we are going to do the next topic, which is equilibrium point or the break-even point. So student, my simple question to all of you is, okay, so if it is increasing, then you have to type I. If it is decreasing, then you have to type D in the comment section. Increasing matlab बढ़ना, decreasing matlab घटना, कम होना, right? So suppose if you are talking about demand and supply, demand and price. If the price is high, then demand will be high or low? Low, right? If price will be high, then demand will be low. And if price is less, if the price is very less, then demand will be increasing high, right? So just a minute. So you see here, when the price is low, the price is low, the demand is high. And when the price is increasing, demand is decreasing. Right? So this is how we can represent demand or graph function. Right? Now let's draw another diagram where you have supply on y-axis, where you have supply on y-axis and you have price on x-axis. So in this case, what kind of graph will look like? So the demand and price graph looks like this. So how this graph will look like? Can someone guess in their mind? So it would be something like this, right? So when the price is less, then the supply will be less. Price is more, so that is how this is going to be done, right? So if we draw this both curve on the same graph, if we draw both curve on the same graph, then suppose this will be a minute. It's wrong. So supply function will something look like this, and the demand function will look like this. So they will cut themselves at some point. There will be some point where the demand and supply function will meet, and this point is called as break-even point or equilibrium point. So this point is called as break-even point. Understood, everyone? What is break-even point? Type U if you have understood this. Where the point at which graph of supply function and demand function meet, that point is known as break-even point or equilibrium point. So now we will learn how to find this point. So consider the demand function B of P and supply function S of P. The point of intersection of the point at which demand curve cuts the supply curve is known as break-even point. So that point is known as break-even point or equilibrium point, and denoted by PE. That means price. This is a price corresponding to the equilibrium point. Is this clear? If there is any doubt, you can ask. Now we will solve problem based on this fact. Find the break-even point. Break-even point या फिर equilibrium point if demand function is given as V of P is equal to 5 plus 2P minus 3P cube, 3P square, and supply function is given as P cube plus P plus 2. So here we have a demand function and we have supply function, and we want to know what is the break-even point. So we will have to solve this question. So here we have two equations. So if you will equate these two equations, and if you will find the value of P, then that will be the point of intersection, or the point at which these two curves are meeting, or the curves are cutting each other. So let's do this. So what you have to do is you have to find the point at which these two curves are cutting each other. तो आप क्या करोगे, दोनों को equate करोगे. Let's equate them. Now write everything on the left hand side. So what will you get? Or you just write on one side. So P cube plus 3P square minus 2P plus P plus 2 minus 5 is equal to 0. Just make sure that you have understood this. Those who have understood, type U in the comment section, and those who have not understood, type D. Make it fast. All right. So now solve this. We have P cube plus 3P square minus P minus 3 is equal to 0. So here you can take from first two terms, you can take P square common. If you will take P square common, then you will be left with P plus 3. And last two term, you can take minus 1 common. You will get P plus 3. And this is equal to 0. So that means we have P square minus 1. And we have P plus 3 is equal to 0. And that means P square is equal to 1, or P is equal to 3. P is equal to minus 3. Further, P square is 1, that means P is equal to 1, or P is equal to minus 1, or P is equal to minus 3. So here you can see we are getting negative values of P. So price cannot be negative, so ये value नहीं होगी, और P cannot be minus 3, so it is also not possible. So P is equal to 1 possible. That means your break-even point is equal to 1. So this is the point where, so at price 1, the function, the demand curve and the supply curve are meeting each other. Is it clear, everyone? All right. So we will stop this lecture. Now I just want to show you something, that actually these curves meet at point P is equal to 1. So I'm going to draw the graph. Just be with me. So here I'm going to draw the graph. So we have 5 plus 2p minus 3p square. So 5 plus 2x minus 3x square. So this is the graph of your demand function. This is the graph of your demand function. This red color graph. Now let's draw the supply curve. X cube plus x plus 2. This is your supply curve. So see here where they are meeting. At this point. So here 1 comma 4. So that means this your at 1 they are meeting. So the supply curve and demand curve meets at the point 1. Anything you want to ask at this point?